COGANGLEN TV. Hello everyone. Do you know what children from truly wealthy families are learning? There is a method that can turn all the people around you into your personal slaves, making them work and earn money for you while you control them as you please. You may think this is some kind of sorcery, but in reality, politicians and capitalists have already applied this method to unconsciously enslave 97% of the population. Even scammers and manipulative men have used it to control countless people. This method is extremely powerful. However, if you only want to make your partner, children, or subordinates obedient, you only need to learn a small part of it. If you've studied numerous startup and wealth building strategies but still haven't succeeded, then today, you must grasp this method. There are 3 types of power that can easily control a person in this world. 1. The power of money. If you offer a large enough sum, in theory, you could even hire Li Ka-shing to wash your car. 2. The power of violence. No one likes it, right? But if someone holds a knife to your throat, would you dare to refuse? 3. The power of beauty. I have a friend who is a model. She was waiting in line to process paperwork, which normally takes 3 days. But within moments, a staff member approached and asked if she needed help. As a result, she received her documents the same day. This proves that the world is inherently unfair. So, in a world full of injustice, what should people do if they have no money, no physical power, and no beauty? Today, I will reveal a secret that is just as powerful. If you master a high-level skill, you can make the rich give you money, powerful people work for you, and even attract beautiful women without any difficulty. What is this method? It's similar to martial arts, divided into external power and internal power. External power is the art of ruling, exploiting human nature through strategy and manipulation. Internal power is what I call neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, a subtle and sophisticated discipline. 5 years ago, after learning this method, I felt like my mind had been unlocked. I suddenly realized that everything I previously struggled to attain could now be easily achieved or let go of. However, I want to emphasize that this method is neither right nor wrong, it all depends on how you use it. If you're not an ethical person, please don't learn it. But if you desire financial freedom, the first thing you need to do is connect with my energy by following my content. I share insights on wealth building, entrepreneurship, investing, and financial independence. If you don't want to miss this knowledge, join the 50,000 plus people who have already subscribed to my channel and turned on notifications. It's actually very simple, it only takes 1 step. I don't mean to offend anyone, but the truth is hard to hear. Have you ever seriously thought about whether you're truly living? You were born, raised, and sent to school. What is the purpose of education? To secure a stable future. To earn money, buy a house, get a car, find a partner, have children, and then, what? Honestly, it's no different from dying slowly. 97% of people follow this path without questioning it. Wake up. Ask someone why they got married, and they'll likely say, because it's time. I had no other choice. My siblings are all married too. Many believe that Americans know how to enjoy life, but statistics show that over 90% of Americans dislike their jobs. This means that most people spend their lives doing things they don't enjoy. Humanity is divided into 2 types. 1. The 3% who are awakened, these are the ones who realize life has no inherent meaning, so they actively create their own purpose. 2. The remaining 97% who are asleep, they are just waiting to be awakened. In truth, they are not fully human, they are simply followers, being controlled. Have you ever wondered why soldiers, despite being armed with ultimate power, blindly follow orders? When you tell them to run, they ask, how far? When you tell them to jump, they ask, how high? When you tell them to shoot, they ask, who? This is absolute obedience. Military discipline turns humans into obedient creatures. Say, sit, and they sit. Say, stand, and they stand. This training method has been taught to wealthy children since childhood. Leaders also learn it, and it has a name, brainwashing. However, brainwashing isn't as mysterious or supernatural as people think. In reality, it follows a process similar to training animals. Consider dolphins in an aquarium, they aren't born knowing how to perform tricks to entertain audiences. They are trained using rewards and conditioned responses. The same applies to humans. From childhood, we've been conditioned to study hard, graduate, get a good job, and earn money, all to serve the wealthy elite. The money you earn ultimately belongs to them. Do well, and you get a small reward. Perform poorly, and you get nothing. Have you ever questioned why even people earning $100,000 a year still struggle financially? Because they have been programmed to follow a different path from the wealthy. Many understand what they need to do, but they misunderstand how to do it. Incorrect brainwashing can lead to negative consequences. For example, why are poor people often trapped in poverty? Because they were brainwashed by their parents with a scarcity mindset. Let's consider child rearing methods. When a child misbehaves, parents often say, "Don't do that." If the child continues, they raise their voice. Over time, the child becomes desensitized to shouting, so the parents yell even louder. Eventually, the child stops listening altogether. Parents also use rewards as bribes. If you score well on your test, I'll buy you a gaming console. The first time, the child studies hard. The second time, they maintain their grades. But by the third time, the promise of another console isn't as exciting. What do parents do? They increase the reward, next, a laptop, then a car, then a house. This teaches the child greed, making them lose genuine interest in learning. Most middle-class families use this approach, which is why they struggle financially. Wealthy families, on the other hand, raise their children differently. For example, when a child cries, most parents immediately comfort them. However, in wealthy families, parents wait for the child to pause between cries before offering a small reward, like a candy. The child learns that only by stopping the crying will they be rewarded. Meanwhile, most parents do the opposite, reinforcing bad habits. This principle applies to luxury brands. Why are designer bags so expensive? Their production costs are low, yet people are willing to spend months of salary on them. It's because brands manipulate consumer psychology by creating an aura of exclusivity and admiration. I remember a psychology experiment at university where male students were secretly instructed to compliment female students wearing red. Over time, more women began wearing red. This demonstrated covert psychological programming. Similarly, we applied this method to our professor. We collectively reacted positively when he stood on the left side of the classroom and negatively when he stood on the right. After a month, he unconsciously started lecturing only from the left side. This proves that human decisions can be influenced without them realizing it. When you hold an expensive handbag, people admire you. With a cheap bag, no one notices. That's why businesses sell at high prices, creating an illusion of prestige. Now, I'll reveal a secret about language. The most direct way to control people is through words. For example, if I say, "Don't think about the sour taste of lemon juice filling your mouth," you immediately imagine it and may even salivate. The key to influence is understanding how to frame language to direct thought. If you learn this, you can influence anyone. This is a detailed and faithful translation of the original text while maintaining clarity and impact. Let me know if you need any refinements.